When I popped off, then your girl gave me just a little bit of la chop, baby, so cold.
Lists about driving, training on the McLaren Racing Simulator, as well as participating in 6 international racing competitions. The Lamborghini Veneno. A limited edition of this car was released in 2013. There are only 5 copies of the Lamborghini Veneno in the world. Only 3 of them were put up for sale as well. It's noteworthy that despite the price, about $4 million, all 3 cars were sold before release. The car received its name in honor of the aggressive fighting bull Veneno, who, in 1914, during a bullfight in Spain, took the life of Toreador Jose Sanchez Rodriguez. The car was designed for the 50th anniversary of the company too. At that moment, it was the most expensive car in the world. The body of the Lamborghini Veneno is made of carbon fiber, the Devo. It's hard to understand why someone would buy a car that costs the same as a few houses or apartments. It's even more difficult to understand what a car must be made of to cost as much as $5.5 million. But there's nothing to understand apparently. It's enough to know that it's just exclusive, because not everyone can spend that much money on a car. So, the Bugatti Devo was first presented at the end of the Monterey Car Week in 2018. The car is powered by a 4-turbine 8-litre W16 engine. Its output is 1500 horsepower, and the torque is 1600 Newton meters. As a matter of fact, this car is an evolution of the famous Bugatti Chiron. The hypercar has been repeatedly modified. For example, it has 90 kilograms more downforce at high speeds. Also, engineers have improved the suspension bracket and have increased the camber. The result is a car that runs 8 seconds faster than the Chiron, and 3 seconds faster than the Chiron Sport. The maximum speed that can be achieved is 380 kilometers per hour. A total of 40 vehicles were produced. This explains why it's so cheap. And now you'll see that a unique car can cost much more. The Maybach Excelero. And although this car was released back in 2005, we had to include it in our list of the most expensive cars. That's because its owner paid the incredible $8 million for it. The Maybach Excelero was developed in cooperation with the tyre manufacturer Folder. It's based on the Maybach 57 limousine. The manufacturer worked pretty hard on the design of the car, both inside and out. The list of materials that were used for interior decoration includes natural leather, neoprene, aluminium, and polished carbon fiber. The designers intentionally added aggressive lines to give the car a terrifying look. The car is designed for 2 people. It has a 6-litre V12 engine with 700 horsepower under the hood. The Maybach Excelero accelerates from 0 to 100 km per hour in just 4.4 seconds. Its maximum speed is 351 km per hour. The Rolls-Royce Sweptail. And here's another car that also exists in a single copy. It was shown in 2017 at the Concorso d'Eleganza Villa d'Este. The Rolls-Royce Sweptail was produced for a client who wanted a car that would look like a racing yacht, and at the same time like a Rolls-Royce from the 20s or 30s. The information about the customer is kept confidential. It's only known that the owner likes to collect expensive cars and yachts, and he paid $13 million for the exclusive vehicle. The design of the Rolls-Royce Sweptail has unique features that make the car stand out. First of all, pay attention to the front panel in the passenger compartment. It almost doesn't have buttons or handles. The central console has a cooling compartment to store champagne, as well as glasses. Between the air vents there's an analog clock. It's made of ebony and the hands are cast in titanium. Inside, the salon is also finished with wood, ebony and paldao. The seats, of course, are made of leather, and the roof is made of glass. Despite the fact that the body of this car seems to be a little longer, the wheelbase here is exactly the same as that of the Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe. Under the hood, there's a 459 horsepower V12 engine with 720 Nm of torque. Bugatti La Voiture Noire. Every year, car enthusiasts from all over the world wait eagerly for the Geneva International Motor Show. This year, Bugatti participated in this event to prove once again that it can surprise anyone. This spring, they showed their latest creation, the Bugatti La Voiture Noire. The price of this car is $18 million. The only problem is that even with this kind of money, it's no longer possible to buy this car. The Bugatti La Voiture Noire was produced in a single copy and sold immediately. The name of the buyer remains anonymous, and the head of the company just said that the car now belongs to a passionate Bugatti fan. But let's talk about the car itself. The Bugatti 57SC Atlantic was the inspiration for this new car. It was the personal car of Jean Bugatti, the son of the owner of the company, as well as a talented designer. During the Second World War, this car disappeared without a trace. By the way, it was also known as La Voiture Noire, which translates from French as black car. Not surprisingly, the car shown in Geneva is also painted black. The Bugatti La Voiture Noire was released to celebrate the 110th anniversary of the Bugatti company and the 110th birthday of Jean Bugatti. This car produces 1500 horsepower from a quad-turbo 8-litre W16 engine. The torque is 1600